or hosted. Today, it's a little different. Let's do a little freestyle for the cardio. Let's bring up basic questions and things like, for example, common things I just want to bring up, starting with the keyboard warriors, the hater, the indifferent people. Regardless if you mean well or not, the keyboard warriors obviously don't, but it's like some mean well or think they know better. Nope, it's not for you, right? I do this for the people I want to learn, and I do this for the future clients, right? So it's a form of art, right? Defensive art that helps you get safer, right? So, and don't get me wrong, I respect boxing, I respect Muay Thai, I respect karate, taekwondo, and all other styles, right? But, so, I respect every fighting art equally. Everything has pros and cons, right? Even my style I teach. So, I'll ask this for the same respect back, and leave it for the people who are going to sign up, right? $30 a month. In person in Houston. Online. Or video courses, right? Leave it for them. And leave it for the people who just like seeing my content, right? This is not really for you. If you disagree with what I'm doing, even if you think you mean well or not, right? So, please, like I always put at the end of the comments, after the end of these videos, I always put, please comment only if you're interested and positive only, not in a specific order, right? So, yeah, it's not for you then, and that's fine. Join a boxing class, or if you're not into self-defense at all, don't comment on anything about fighting at all if you're not into learning fighting yourself, right? So, if you will watch fighting and all that. So, yeah, especially if you don't train it, because you can watch fights. But you know nothing about it, right? Just like you can watch golf and be a terrible golfer, right? So, yeah. Unless you're doing, unless it's what you're into, specifically what I do, don't comment, right? I mean, there's certain forms of art that I prefer less than others, right? But I don't go crazy over like, ooh, this is amazing, right? But guess what? I don't comment on it. Because there's people who love that person's art, right? They're getting sales from that. People love it, right? So, that's the point. Right? So, that's the point. You don't have to love my art, my defensive arts. You don't have to love the Guardians world. Just don't hate on it. Don't be hated. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Other things that I want to bring up is thank you, positive fans, for who actually do watch my stuff. Thank you. It means a lot. Even if you don't sign up to be a student, it means a lot that you even watch and comment. I got YouTube, so for the people who subscribe. And this is what I do it for. You guys. A student to you guys, right? So, thanks for you guys. You guys are much appreciated. Now, another things I gotta bring up. Well, I also do this is not just for the physical aspects, right? Which is a big part of it. The other big part is the mental and emotional growth. Through this, me personally, and others I teach the clients, have seen great growths and progress in their decrease of ill feelings, right? They have grown humility, discipline, understanding, kindness, humility, patience. They've have gotten a practice that helps them focus their energy in a positive, healthy manner. So don't spoil it for them, right? This does a lot for them. And it's done a lot for me too. I grew up rough. And I still have anxiety, depression, and other stuff, right? But with this, it's nice to positive release and focus to put my thing on. It's my life goals, and it's keeping me alive inside. Whatever is not dead inside, right? So, yeah. Plus, it's a good cardio and good exercise just to, stay loosened up and stay stretched out and relax. And, yeah, so, look, this is what that's there for, right? Your mental, emotional healthiness, physical healthiness. It's even meditative for some people, like me and some of the clients I have. It's very... so relaxing, right? Deep breaths. So enjoy it, everybody, and like I said before, if you don't care for it, just don't comment. Comment on stuff you like. If you like watching NASCAR, watch that. Watch clips of that. If you like animals and nature scenes, watch National Geographic's Animal Planet, whatever. Nature clips. If you like just gym content, just people lifting weights, cool. Watch that. There's a lot of fun clips like that. Look at Anatoly. Love them. Yeah. And if you like food, watch cooking competitions, right? There's so much other content you can watch and you prefer to watch. So, if you don't like my stuff, don't watch my stuff just to hate on something, right? So, yeah. I'm just saying, so this is for my clients, right? And for my future clients. If anybody's trying to get get right mentally, emotionally. This is their kind of thing. Get right physically, get a little thrown in there to get safer while getting a little cardio done. This is it for there too. Once again, $30 a month. In person in Texas, Houston, Texas. Online classes and video courses. So if you have a busy schedule, I teach one-on-one, very private. I work around your schedule. I'll work around you. I customize the moves so you don't have to do the exact same combinations I'm doing. Your 1-2 can look as different as you want it to look like. Whatever's more proficient for your natural strength, natural talents, natural weaknesses, natural personality. I customize and personalize to you. So everybody, that's just what I want to generally say while getting my daily thing done. There. And for a common example. So once you sit on it, if I'm just trying to get some general cardio done, see, I can sit down on something if I want. But that's if I'm trying to get more of a power shot. So yeah, that's what I mean by customize. It's different on how you work. For example, I'm more getting the hard bone and moving people to do damage and moving people with shots, right? So a power shot's nice, but I'm not trying to sink too deep where the defense gets a little out of whack for me, right? Puts me a little more at risk. I can't do a power shot smartly, right? But with that, I realized what works better for me is the same amount of time I could do that power shot and may or may not have enough effect. And I just wasted that energy and now he could possibly try to counter me, he or she. I realized within that time frame, I can get 1, 2, 3, a pow, pow, bam, a put, put, bang in there instead. At least one's gonna get through, and it's gonna do additive damage, right? So we all work differently. Same thing with speed shots. I do a lot of leg jab, leg jab, leg jab, leg jab, leg jab, leg jab, right? But as much as I love jabs, I prefer a light bash instead. Again, to have the light knuckles to do damage, but still quick enough with timing and the precision that I don't have to move as fast, right? So that just enough energy and placement that it still does its damage with the knuckles while still being quick enough. So something like right? And so yeah, point is we all work different. So for everyone, there's no right way to do your art. Like I said, I love boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, karate, the kicks from Taekwondo. They have some great kicks. Some wrist locks but even Aikido. As much as Aikido, because a lot of them don't pressure test enough as they should. Which is an important part of martial arts. That's why I love sparring with students, but with my clients. But some of them don't really pressure test enough. It's not their fault. You know, a lot of arts do this. A lot of arts got watered down a little bit because they didn't spar enough, because safety reasons and all that, and it just slowly came out of practice too much. So, but even Aikido, if it's pressure tested enough, the real pressure, and mixed with other styles, you can, in the middle of doing boxing, some other stuff, boom, get underhook, overhook, boom, try to crank the arm, work, slide down, try to get to a thumb, and do some kind of twist the wrist, crank the wrist in a way it shouldn't, and try to break it in the self-defense situation if you know, break it on somebody in a self-defense situation, you know, if you need to. So, that's what I'm saying. Every art has its pros and cons. There is no one right way. And no system's perfect. So if you do see me doing some stuff, you're like, well, I necessarily don't agree with it. It's not necessarily wrong. It's just more necessarily better for what I'm trying to accomplish, right? And it might not be the greatest thing ever sometimes, one or two things I do, because, hey, no one's perfect. So, yeah, I might still slip up on defense and get hit, because everyone does, right? So, don't read into it too much and be like, well, blah, 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 blah. You know, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect, right? And not any one of us is blocking every single hit, defending every single hit, landing, clean, knockout, blow, every single hit, right? So, let's get over that fact. Ain't no one Superman. So, yeah. And not by saying I respect everyone that does an art. I appreciate everyone that does a self-defense art. And I think, you guys are doing great work. And it's, you know, much support to you guys. And support me back, because us the self-defense people in the same fields, right? So, just slightly tweaked. But same area, right? The mountains, different paths, boxing, karate, kickboxing, self-defense, you know, kickboxing, Muay Thai wrestling, Samba, capoeira, right? All different fighting arts and self-defense arts, and even Tai Chi and stuff done more for health bases, all kind of lead up the mountain, different paths, to the same peak, right? So, let's not judge and be judged, right? So, yeah, let's keep it positive. If you're interested in learning, you know, like I said, I'm here. So, $30 a month, in person in Houston, Texas, online classes, video courses, so what you waiting for? Let's get started, let's keep positive, and let's get going. Hey.